I think these tools can help you overcome what I consider the major issue now, which is really a lack of trust uh, in traditional warehouse receipt finance.
How IoT devices are really the evolution towards IoT devices is just imperative for the industry. So really, and maybe Lamont, you can kind of give us a bit of insight on this, and Christian, please jump in any point. So what I wanted to understand is now we've talked about what risk management is, what how IoT devices, why they're important, how they can be utilized. Um, let's talk a little bit about what's um, I'd say what are the biggest problems that this industry is facing right now. So what are the challenges that the industry is coming across, and which is why these technologies are so important. Can you please elaborate on that?
Well, from my perspective, it is still a lack of trust. There have been some pretty big scandals where banks lost billions of dollars because the commodities that they thought they were financing didn't exist. Um, and yeah, basically, I would argue that's because these banks didn't properly use all the available tools. The fact of the matter is that the management and credit committees of those banks has drawn the conclusion that it's commodity finance itself that is dangerous. So I think these tools can help you overcome what I consider the major issue now, which is really a lack of trust uh, in traditional warehouse receipt finance. Um, warehouses, commodities, when they move from producer to the final consumer, they pass through what I call constriction points. Cotton farmers will deliver all their cotton to a cotton mill. So you have 10,000 farmers all supplying to one cotton mill. That cotton mill is what you call a constriction point. So if you can catch that cotton at the cotton mill, you have the cotton of those 10,000 farmers. Now, the various cotton mills will have to export that cotton that will go into a warehouse in the port. That port warehouse is another constriction point. So perhaps you can control that warehouse. Now, let's talk about what you can do when you can control that warehouse. When you control that warehouse, you de facto have control over all the flows of the commodities that pass through that warehouse. And commodities tend to have a value only if they are sold. It's not true for local food commodities, but products like cotton or even coffee, they gain their value by being sold onto a market. This means that a farmer or a processor serves himself by making his products enter into that value chain. And as long as he does that, they will enter into your constriction points. Now, you, by having the proper processes procedures, which nowadays should include IoT, can declare with full certitude that those commodities are entering into your warehouse and that they are there, not just the day that they entered, but they are there now, today. And the financier can look on a screen and see the sensors that tell him that yes, these goods are in the warehouse. And you can even point cameras at the goods that you're financing. Now, um, these goods pass through that warehouse. They enter into the warehouse, they exit into that warehouse. And you create a lot of data as the goods enter and exit. And you can't really falsify all those data. Goods enter with trucks. You have license plates of the trucks. It's those trucks drive from the upcountry area to your warehouse in, let's say, 36 hours. So you know that the same truck can't come back to you in less than 72 hours. you capture those data, and if you see that there's something that is wrong, the same license plate is used twice within 60 hours, you know that something is wrong. Yeah, it's so you can start controlling the, the actual goods in the warehouse. So as you capture those data, you can become the more data you capture, the more secure you can be in the knowledge that the goods are in that warehouse. And you can overcome that trust gap. And you can make the bank see that, look, or if it's not a bank, then the capital market financier, uh, like trade finance investment funds, you can show them that, look, the goods that you're financing are in the warehouse. And look, we have the process in place to ensure that when they leave the warehouse, they will be picked up by a buyer who will then pay you. So those goods will be converted into money. That money will be allocated using an escrow mechanism with the bank to repay you as a financier. Now that gives you full confidence as a financier, and I think that will allow you to overcome that trust gap.